Coming up on this episode of SEVA TV, we brush our teeth, social distance, and plan for flu season. Stay tuned for all this and more on SEVA TV.
With an audience that you can't really show with words on a paper or on a poster, but it's kind of this.
And remember, there's always good news around the corner.
And try not to get frustrated. It gets easier.
Welcome to Malia News. I'm Vanessa and I'll be your host today.
And while that is heating up, you're going to want to lay out all your ingredients.
I have never done a documentary ever in my life, and this is my first documentary.
This is going to be quite the video.
Hello and welcome. My name is Nassali, and you are watching SEVA TV. This is a show where we feature educational videos made by student producers all across Sacramento County. We will take a look at some of the best videos submitted to the Student Educational Video Awards, and we'll even take you behind the scenes to talk to the producers themselves. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. If your body is a temple, then your teeth are the gates. To protect your body, you must also protect your teeth. Fast foods may look harmless, but looks can be deceiving. Watch what happens when you make poor eating choices.
Ooh, I love this food. It makes me want to eat it. Oh, look at those donuts. Ew, are those what my teeth are gonna look like? I hope not. But first is... look at those food. They look amazing. Oh, look at those teeth. Ooh, I want to eat those. Junk food versus healthy food by Alexis.
Don't you know? A toothbrush and a bit of floss is your best weapon against cavities and gum disease. Kaylee teaches us how to brush your teeth.
Hi everybody, my name is Kaylee. I'm going to remind you how to brush your teeth twice a day. All you need is a toothbrush, some toothpaste, and a flosser if you have one. It's mostly important to brush your teeth for 2 minutes. Squeaky clean. If you want more to learn about teeth, go to mouthhealthy.org.
When dealing with mental illness, the voice in the back of your head can feel very real at times. And in this short film, the symptoms of anorexia nervosa are characterized through narration.
My video is submitted under the creative expression category. Here I talk about an eating disorder, or more specifically, anorexia. Anorexia is perceived as a toxic best friend that pushes their friend into creating an unhealthy lifestyle as restricting their calories or causing them not to eat as much in a day. Anorexia is called ANA because ANA is short for anorexia. I want viewers to learn more about anorexia and its symptoms, its lifestyle, and similar disorders so that it won't become normalized and people can seek more help. To make my video, I did a lot of recording at home by myself with my very own phone, but lots of other clips were filmed with the help of my other producer, Grace Travetti, outside. This video actually means a lot to me. One of my friends suffered with anorexia herself, and I'm mildly related with some of the symptoms and the lifestyle that were broadcasted in this video. Dear Anna, before you, I wasn't doing well. I ate too much, exercised too little, had weird eating habits, was too extroverted for my own good, and was just overall unhappy. Or, that's what you convinced me to think. I met you in the winter of 2018. You were sweet and caring. I idolized you. Once we grew close, you nudged me to leave my other friends. I left everyone immediately. And now, I regret ever even meeting you. You noticed that I gained weight very fast and never stopped eating. Chips, cakes, candies, juices, and junk. It never ended. Just don't eat. It's not that hard. If you don't eat, you will become beautiful, and people will love you. You were so sincere, and you'd always been there for me before. So I followed your advice, and it was the worst mistake of my life. You had me start with a strict 500-calorie diet. You told me what foods to avoid and what exercises to do to burn off the fat. December 3rd, 542 calories. December 18th, 567 calories. December 26th, 503 calories. January 6th, 428 calories. January 22nd, 594 calories. I always planned my meals the day before. I counted up the calories and hoped it would stay under 500. Anything over you would make me burn off on a daily run. But I was too weak. I couldn't tell if my grades or weight were dropping faster now. My food never touched each other. I cut the pieces so that they were smaller and easier to swallow. I poked at the food until it became bad to eat. The cereal became soggy. The ice cream melted. I couldn't sleep anymore. I was sad and bloated. But I kept going. You had a way to always keep me going. I didn't talk to anyone but you. My head spun in circles while you convinced me it was normal and held my hand. Even though you're not real, you can be pretty convincing when you're screaming in my head. I just couldn't stop.
Vaping, like cigarettes, can damage your lungs and make it difficult to breathe. Keep watching to learn more about the harmful effects of vaping.
Vaping is getting more and more popular, especially among teens today. Vapes contain harmful chemicals that can permanently damage your lungs and that are harmful to brain development. You are much more likely to start smoking cigarettes if you vape. Vaping can cause diseases like popcorn lung cancer, and even death. Stop vaping. To learn more, visit truthinitiative.org.
Life can become overwhelming with people struggling to both fit in and find themselves. Whether it be through peer pressure or for personal reasons, many teens tend to resort to using tobacco products. This is dangerous. Cigarettes and e-cigarettes contain a highly addictive chemical known as nicotine, which causes an increase in blood pressure, heart rate, flow of blood to the heart, and a narrowing of the arteries. More than 480,000 people die from smoking a year in the United States. More than 41,000 people die from secondhand smoke. This is equivalent to about 1,300 deaths every day. Don't be a victim. For more information, go to secctv.org.
More than 480,000 people die each year from their own smoking or secondhand smoke. Another 5.6 million teens under 18 will die due to smoking. Don't cut yourself out of the picture. For more information, visit secctv.org.
Do you know when was the last time that you washed your hands today? If you had to think about it, it's probably been too long. Get up and go wash your hands right now. But then come back, because Malia explains the risk of having dirty hands.
Washing your hands and how long you should wash and tips to keep yourself healthy, especially now during COVID.
Wash your hands for at least 20 seconds. If you wash for less, you may not get all the germs off.
Some people only wash their hands for 5 seconds. I used to be one of those people, but when I made that PSA, I realized that I should be washing my hands for longer. I wanted other people to learn that. A video can make an impact because if there's some message that you want to get out there, a bunch of people watch your videos, you wanted people to wash their hands. You should make a video about it because lots of people watch videos. That's something that people do. And it's a good way to get the message out into the world.
Washing your hands is important, but it's even more important now. Wash your hands for at least 20 seconds. If you wash for less, you may not get all the germs off. If soap and water aren't available, use hand sanitizer. It is the next best thing. Avoid touching your eyes, nose, and mouth with unwashed hands. This is an easy way to get sick. So please remember to wash your hands. For more information, go to kidshealth.org.
There's more than one way to avoid getting sick, and that includes wearing a mask in addition to washing your hands. Learn these best practices to protect yourself and slow the spread of germs to others.
Did you know about 2,000 people die from COVID-19 every day? Just by simply wearing your mask, you can prevent hundreds of people from getting sick.
The way you wear your mask is very important. Putting it over your mouth and nose can contain most germs from spreading. However, wearing a mask incorrectly is about the same as not wearing one at all.
Washing your hands is one of the most effective ways to prevent the spread of COVID-19. Remember, kids, to wash your hands and wear a mask.
Even if you've been vaccinated for COVID-19, you can still get infected with other diseases, such as the flu. With the flu season just around the corner, it's important to keep your guard up. Luckily, many of the safety measures used against COVID are just as effective against influenza.
My name is Drew. I go to Andrew Carnegie Middle School, and the name of my video is Planning for Flu Season. In my video, I interview a doctor at Kaiser Permanente, and he tells us why the flu is important, why people need to get the vaccine, and why it's just a big deal in general. And he tells you how to keep yourself safe as well as other people safe. I want people to learn from my video that the flu is really a big deal, and I want them to learn that the vaccine is important. It can save you, it can save your life and other people's lives as well. And my favorite part was definitely interviewing the doctor and setting everything up with him, because I got to meet new people. From making the video, I have learned many new skills, filming online and editing everything online, communicating with people online, how to write a proper email, since everything is online and you can't do really anything in person these days. So I think skills you need to make a good video are editing. I think editing can really turn a video from good to great and make a video stand out.
It may seem early to be thinking about flu season, but now is the time to make plans to protect you and your family. Dr. DJ Miranda of Kaiser Permanente recommends getting your flu shot as soon as they're available.
If we're talking about our area here in California, flu season is going to start around October. So generally the best time to get the flu shot is around 2 weeks prior to the season.
Flu is a severe respiratory illness that comes on suddenly, causing high fever, aches, and chills. Some people believe you can get the flu from the vaccine, but Dr. Miranda says otherwise.
And the reason is because it's not a live vaccine. That's it. It's dead, right? You can't have an organism and you take a piece of it to cause the illness. And what it does, the body recognizes it and develops an antibody. And what that is basically it's your body developing immune system saying, hey, that's the flu. Let's build helper cells to make sure that doesn't get out of hand. So when you do actually see the flu, it'll recognize and it fights against it.
The flu virus has the ability to change, sometimes mid-season, so the flu vaccine doesn't guarantee that you will avoid the flu altogether, but it greatly reduces your chances of catching it.
Influenza, or also known as flu, is a serious disease. It can lead to hospitalization and unfortunately can cause death. Millions of people get flu every single year. Hundreds of thousands of people are hospitalized. Tens of thousands of people die from flu-related causes.
With the variants to the coronavirus that have emerged, it's important to continue to protect yourself against the infection. In case you've forgotten, here's a refresher for you.
Hi, my name is Jacob, and I go to Helen Castello Elementary School. The name of my video is 3 Steps to Make Sure You Don't Get COVID. In my video, it tells people 3 steps to make sure that you don't get COVID. People might already know these 3 steps, but it's good to remind people. But I want people to learn from my video is that if you don't want to get COVID, you should do these 3 steps. COVID is very scary and you don't want to get it. Advice that I would give my fellow classmates on making a video during this time is that ask for help. Go and ask your teachers, parents, whoever might know the answer, and ask, how do I do this?
We've all heard the term social distancing by now, but what does it look like in action? As we start seeing our friends in person more often, it's easy to forget. So, Ethan demonstrates the right way and the wrong way to properly social distance.
Hey, what's up, man? Hey, man, what's up? Sorry, bro, I can't high-five you. During these times, we have to stay 6 feet apart. See you soon, bro. Okay, I understand. We have to stay 6 feet apart. Hey, what's up, man? Hey, what's up, man? Have a good day, bro. Have a good day. Stay safe, bro. Bye.
2020 was a pretty stressful year, so it's understandable if you need to find a way to de-stress. Many people are choosing to take a long-awaited vacation now that travel is possible again, while others may opt to make a homemade stress ball. Follow along as Emma teaches us how to make a stress ball. No stress involved.
Hi, have you ever been stressed during distance learning? I'm Emma, and I'm here to show you how to make a stress ball to help you out. To begin, we need to make sure we have all the supplies: flour, a water bottle that is empty, a piece of paper, and a balloon. Next, we take a measuring cup and scoop as much flour as you want and pour it in the paper cone. Make sure that you have more than 1 cup. And this is the part where things get messy. Then, we take out the paper cone and stretch the balloon over the bottle. After you flip the bottle, the contents will pour into the balloon. Remove the balloon from the bottle and make sure that the air is removed. And finally, tie the balloon. And there you have it, a stress ball to de-stress your stress. I hope you enjoyed this video.
New year, new you. Now that 2020 is well behind us, what do you plan to do differently with your life? You can appreciate the time you spend with loved ones, read more, or eat healthy. Or you can watch this PSA for more ideas. It's ironic. We have our phones in our hands every day, and yet we still fail to keep in contact with the ones who need our attention the most. Try reaching out to someone you haven't heard from in a while. Phone a friend today.
Most people think that they know their friends, that they know when they're sad, and would help them if they ever seem this way. But is that really true? Take a look at these 4 characters. Can you tell, at a glance, which one is going through a difficult situation? Truth is, all of them are. She is being verbally attacked by her mother every time she's home. She was bullied into not speaking. They are struggling with depression and anxiety. and he is dealing with agoraphobia. So, do you think you know when someone's down? Reach out. Message your friends. Let them know that you're there, because you'll never know how much they need you unless you ask. Keep in contact. For personal health for all teens, go to reachout.com. For LGBT-specific teens, go to thetrevorproject.org.
Feeling trapped is not a good feeling to have, but every lock can be unlocked if you have the right key. Discover the key to suicide prevention now.
Feelings such as hopelessness and emotional distress may manifest themselves in certain behavioral changes, such as a loss of interest in activities, irritability, or social withdrawal. These may all be warning signs of suicidal thoughts, which can feel like being trapped in your own head. However, there are ways out. If you or a loved one feels this way or displays any of this worrying behavior, do not hesitate to reach out or contact the Suicide Prevention Hotline. For more information, visit suicideispreventable.org.
Feeling depressed may lead to a sense of hopelessness. You may feel like you have no choices but to feel this way. But the choice is yours. You can choose to hide it, or you can take the first step.
According to teenmentalhealth.org, 1 in 5 teens suffer from mental illness. And mental illness can cause the person to make decisions with permanent consequences. But if she had reached out, things might have been different.
The Morning After I Killed Myself, a poem by Maggie Royer, details the pain and sorrow associated with suicide. Through the cinematic adaptation, we get to visualize the beauty of a life worth living.
The morning after I killed myself, I woke up. I made myself breakfast in bed. I added salt and pepper to my eggs and used my toast for a cheese and bacon sandwich. I squeezed a grapefruit into a juice glass. I scraped the ashes from the frying pan and rinsed the butter off the counter. The morning after I killed myself, I fell in love. Not with the boy down the street or the middle school principal, not with the everyday jogger or the grocer who always left the avocados out of the bag. I fell in love with my mother and the way she sat on the floor of my room holding each rock from my collection in her palms until they grew dark with sweat. I fell in love with my father down at the river as he placed my note into a bottle and sent it into the current. With my brother, who once believed in unicorns, but who now sat in his desk at school, trying desperately to believe I still existed. The morning after I killed myself, I walked the dog. I watched the way her tail twitched when a bird flew by, or how her pace quickened at the sight of a cat. I saw the empty space in her eyes when she reached a stick and turned around to greet me so we could play catch, but saw nothing but sky in my place. I stood by as strangers stroked her muzzle and she wilted beneath their touch, like she once did for mine. The morning after I killed myself, I went back to the neighbor's yard where I left my footprints in concrete as a 2-year-old and examined how they were already fading. I picked a few daylilies and pulled a few weeds and watched the elderly woman through her window as she read the paper with the news of my death. I saw her husband spit tobacco into the sink and bring her her daily medication. The morning after I killed myself, I watched the sun come up. Each orange tree opened like a hand, and the kid down the street pointed out a single red cloud to his mother. The morning after I killed myself, I went back to the body in the morgue and tried to talk some sense into her. I told her about the avocados and the stepping stones, the river and her parents. I told her about the sunsets and the dog and the beach. The morning after I killed myself, I tried to unkill myself, but couldn't finish what I started.
Well, that's all the time we have for today's episode of SEVA TV. Thank you for joining us, and remember, if you'd like to see more student videos or want to find out how you can enter into the SEVAs, check out our website at secctv.org. I'm Nassali. Thanks for watching.